be or not to be? That is the question. To be or not to be, that is the question. To be or not to be, to be... Oh no, it's Tubi Tuesday.
Be, not to be, to be one, to be... What are you reading now?
Oh, I'm reading this really kick-ass story by Joe R. Lansdale called Savage Season.
Savage Season?
Yeah.
Lansdale? You know, they made a TV show of that novel, and it's on Tubi.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mark.
And this is
Tubi Tuesday.
We interrupt your regular scheduled Wonder Woman
Correct.
for a little Tubi Tuesday.
Yeah. And it is Tuesday. And we have been watching Tubi.
And we have been watching Tubi, and I don't know if y'all are aware of this or not, but Tubi is dropping all kinds of cartoons from when we were kids and when our kids were kids, and they're scattering them throughout the month.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we'd take a look at some of those. But before we do that, we'll talk about some of the stuff. I've actually been watching real stuff on Tubi.
I have too. I have two things this month that I've been watching on Tubi, and I believe you have two things.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe one of them crosses. So yes, so we've got plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about first?
This is Jim Rockford at the Tone. Leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Jim, it's Shirley at the cleaners. You know that brown jacket? The one I said looks so great on you? Your favorite? We lost it.
So I've become obsessed with the Rockford Files.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It was a show I loved when I was younger because I'm a sucker for detective stories.
Mm-hmm.
And Magnum P.I. being my favorite TV show of all time, Rockford Files is a close second when it comes to detective stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we were watching Wonder Woman season 1 a while back, and I noticed that one of the directors for one of the episodes that we didn't really talk about, it was the counterfeit money heist episode, was directed. The directing was fine. The rest of the episode was just kind of
correct. It wasn't the director's fault,
right? But it was directed by Stuart Margolin.
Yes,
and that got me thinking about Stuart Margolin was Angel on Rockford Files. So I went to look for Rockford Files, and turns out it's on Tubi.
Of course.
So I watched all 22 episodes of season 1.
Back when there were a lot of episodes to watch.
It was. I kept like going, okay, 15. All right, this has got to be it. Holy crap! There's 22 episodes. Yeah. Well, there's 22 episodes plus the 2-part pilot episode. So there's like 24 episodes in this series. And the thing I noticed was, and this isn't really like this isn't like unique to just Rockford Files, but back in the 70s, this was 1974 when season 1 came out, there were so many people, guest stars on these shows, a lot of whom got their start or very early on in their career on this show.
Okay.
One of which it ties into everything. Okay. I'm like Charlie from was that Always Sunny?
Oh, I thought you were doing Flowers from Algernon.
Oh.
So the video is going to get a less insightful as the video goes on. That's the treatment wears off.
Which is funny because wasn't the dude from Shoot, wasn't he in Flowers from Algernon?
Yes, he was. Yes,
look at that, kids.
Yep. All right, I'll talk.
Anyway, yeah. So here's what happened. I took notes.
Okay.
So in season 1, there is a plethora of guest stars. I won't go into the production of the show or anything like that. I will say if you like Raymond Chandler kind of stuff, because this kind of rides on the coattails. Like at the point when Rockford Files came out, as I said, I wasn't going to get into it, but now I'm going to get into it.
Sure.
On the point when Rockford Files came out, what they did was they took all that tried and true hard-boiled detective stuff
Mm-hmm.
that was really popular in the 40s and 50s and flipped it, changed the location a little bit, kept the same feel of the show,
Mm-hmm.
of the movies and the books and stuff, but they gave it this fresh start with this down on her luck detective who's living on Malibu Beach in this like rain-soaked, ruined trailer, and it just worked. So I'm gonna
not to interrupt. So Lethal Weapon wasn't an original idea.
no.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Lethal Weapon was far from an original movie.
Correct. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. So aside from, I'm just gonna go through the list of who's all in this.
Okay.
The talent behind this stuff.
Mhm.
Aside from the usual suspects each week, of course, James Garner as the titular James Rockford, Noah Berry Jr. as Rocky, his dad,
Okay.
John Santos, who played Sergeant Becker, who's like honestly Rockford's probably his best friend next to maybe Angel. Gretchen Corbett, who plays his lawyer, kind of sort of former girlfriend, and Stuart Margolin as Angel.
Mhm.
Angel is this great reoccurring character who, like, anytime he shows up, like in the first season, Jim always gets Angel in trouble. But then from then on, it's always Angel getting Jim in trouble. It's great.
Okay.
He actually directed a couple of these episodes, but I'm not going to go into all that. But I'm just going to name off some of the list of who all was in this just in season 1.
Wow.
Okay. First and foremost, Lindsay Wagner.
Oh. Okay.
This was 1974. It was before she really made it big.
Right.
And she plays the same character in a couple of episodes. And the thing about her is she is so good.
Oh.
She was a good actress from the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Lindsay Wagner, William Smith, who was Conan's dad in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right. Yep.
Bill Mumy.
Yeah.
James Wood.
Oh, wow.
James Cromwell.
Oh. Okay.
Norman Burton, who you may know from
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the liaison to the
the
president of the United States. Yes.
Which I now know. Yes.
Yes. Suzanne Summers.
Really?
Yeah, and a very small.
Say, how young was she?
Oh, like 9. No,
Wow.
she was an adult.
Okay.
But a non-speaking, non-credited role.
Okay.
Paul Michael Glazer.
Nice.
Before Starsky and Hutch. Yep. Tim O'Connor, who played.
He was in the directorate in Buck Rogers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. And he was also the alien in season 1 of Wonder Woman.
That's correct.
Let's see, Sid Haig.
The drummer of Boston?
No, man. Captain Spaulding.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, certain body parts of Captain Spaulding don't show up in the Sid Haig episodes.
Okay.
Ned Beatty, and this is where it gets kind of cool. Ned Beatty, right?
Yep.
Then you get Jackie Cooper, who Jackie Cooper played Perry White in the Chris Reeve Superman movie.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
And in that same episode, he's playing against Lane Smith, who plays Perry White in Lois and Clark.
Wow.
Same episode.
Jeez.
It's crazy. Gerald McRaney, who Simon and Simon. He's got a couple bit parts. Mary Fran, who was Bob Newhart's wife in Newhart.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Lance Legault.
Oh, from
Battlestar Galactica.
Bionic Woman. Yep.
He was a staple back in the day.
Yep.
Pamela Hensley. You can do it.
Hold on. Why is it not ringing a bell?
Buck Rogers.
Oh, she was
Princess Ordala.
Princess Ordala. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
And later Matt Houston fame.
Oh yes. Okay.
Abe Vigoda.
Oh, Fish. Yes.
He was 75, but I think he was 30 at that point in time. Susan Strasberg.
Wait, see that? Hold on. This is not fair because you know all the answers. Why do I know that name too?
She was a great actress. My personal favorite thing she was ever in was Picnic. She played Millie, the younger sister to uh
Oh, of course, Kim Novak.
yes, everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that.
Well, but only an idiot doesn't.
Right. How could we forget?
Which, by the way, if we ever get around to doing another one of those grab bag episodes, I'm putting Picnic in that.
Okay.
In one of the, it is the manliest chick flick ever made.
Okay.
2 words.
Okay.
Phil Holden, Joseph Cotton, from a couple of Hitchcock movies.
Oh, okay.
He was the Baron Frankenstein and Lady Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Linda Evans,
Dallas, or no, she was Dynasty.
the one, the pool fight.
Dynasty.
I'll
yes.
put the pool fight.
She was
in here.
Crystal
Yes.
in Dynasty.
Yes. Tom Atkins, who
Of the Atkins diet, named diet.
yes. And finally, Diana Muldaur, who you probably know from Star Trek. Yeah.
Because I was forced to watch it.
Yes.
I liked it.
Sure.
Yeah, season 2 Doctor didn't last long.
Yeah. And then Leslie, she played Leslie Tompkins in the Batman animated series.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But the craziest thing about this whole thing, and I can't recommend Rockford Files enough, the craziest thing about this whole thing is a couple of the episodes were written by Lee Brackett.
Okay.
Lee Brackett is the science fiction maven who made this great script called Empire Strikes Back before George Lucas came along and ruined it. Yeah. But all this to say that, again, it wasn't unique to Rockford Files, but it was, I was just unaware of how many big name, gonna be big name people were in this show.
Interesting.
They got all 6 or 7 seasons of it on Tubi right now.
You have to come back and tell us more.
Oh, I'm halfway through season 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, my I don't have the guest star list or the pedigree. My one Tubi show was a documentary filmed in 2014. And it was called Filmed in Super Marionation, hence the Thunderbirds box. So it was a history of not just Jerry and Sylvia Anderson, but the entire story of their career, starting from how they began, how he got pigeonholed into puppetry, and then how they became household names and super famous, and then how it all went to hell.
Is that the one where they? Because I did watch a documentary on the whole Super Marionation thing.
Yes.
And they do the whole thing where they show how they basically blew up all the sets for the...
Yes.
Okay. It's a great documentary. It's on Tubi now?
Yeah, it's on Tubi. And Lady Penelope and Paga from Thunderbirds hosted. And so what I thought was really interesting was the fact that he only got into puppetry to pay the bills. He had always hoped that if I could get funding for these kids shows, then I can be a real director and write real movies with live action. And unfortunately, if you've seen,
he was too good at his job.
He was too good at it. Yeah, and he regretted it. He never really could embrace the fact that that's what he was most famous for. And so, but it was so interesting the way that they showed. I mean, if you're a techie or if you're into like kind of the like set building and that kind of thing, just how much work went into the puppets and how much there's a whole segment on figuring out how to get the puppets to walk. And so that's why they don't walk very much, because it was one of the most difficult things they had to figure out how to do.
Yeah.
And then how it sort of leapt when they got into got into the Thunderbirds era. They'd improved the heads so much, so the sculpting got more and more realistic as each show went on. But it was, and they had all of the people who were part of the team who were still alive touring the old factory where they did all the shows. So that was kind of cool. You got to see everyone in it. But they kind of talked about the way they all lived in a house together and partied together. And
Yeah.
but what went wrong was that they got greedy. So Thunderbirds was hugely popular, and the guy who kind of believed in them and who financed everything thought, why don't we make a movie? So it's such a great TV show. Let's make a movie, and so they did. Thunderbirds Are Go and Thunderbird 6, both of them huge flops because
Yeah.
it just didn't translate well
Right.
to a film.
I remember the movies being drawn out too much,
Correct.
and I think that's because
The
special
TV
effects
show,
cost money.
you could draw out that way,
Yeah.
because it was a weekly TV show for kids who were probably like me when I was little, eating my cereal and getting ready for school while I'm watching it in the morning. But yeah, as a movie, the pacing didn't work. And if you've watched Jerry Anderson's live action stuff, pacing is not his forte. I mean, I'm looking at you, Space 1999. Pacing is not his forte.
No.
So the look of it is great, but unfortunately, so it went through every single show he produced. Unfortunately for me, what it made me realize by the end is I think I'll just stick to Thunderbirds because they go into the plots of all the other shows. Like I think Joe 90 was one of them towards the end where it's a little boy who's tortured to become a super spy, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
You know what he did? He thought, you know what, the hell with it. If they won't let me do anything with these puppets, I'm going to do what I want with these puppets.
Correct.
And it didn't translate.
No, it didn't translate well. Yeah, and so so it's kind of a cautionary tale, and they end up getting divorced, and she really is Sylvia Anderson, really is Lady Penelope. I mean, it's literally Lady Penelope on the screen, and she did a lot to keep everything together and to keep it more. The plot's more interesting and things like that. So anyway, it was a really good documentary. But unfortunately, it just made me, because I haven't watched all of his stuff. I've watched a lot of Captain Scarlet, Thunderbirds, Stingray.
Yeah.
But it made me not want to revisit some of the other things, Terrahawks and this Joe 90 and some of the other stuff. I'm like, because they admitted, they're like, Thunderbirds was really the only one we consider actually good storytelling. The rest of them were terrible.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, so that was my big Tubi show for this month.
Yeah. So it ended in tragedy, but it brought happiness to millions.
Yes, it does, and still does today.
FAB.
As we discussed at the beginning of the show, we also both, unknown to each other, watched Hap and Leonard.
Come on, man. That's why dudes don't hug each other.
Get the radio on again?
Just try. Those aren't cheap. You can take a man's job, but you can't take his cookies. There's $1 million at the bottom of that river. We gotta shoot somebody. Here comes trouble.
Hey, Hap.
We're gonna take from the rich to help the people that need it.
My girlfriend just loves kitties.
Nobody tell me I was gonna be on a redneck safari. The guns came out.
This is war!
All hell broke loose. You ready?
Don't I look ready?
Yeah.
Which is the TV version of the Joe R. Lansdale book series that we talked about. Whatever network it was originally on, I watched parts of it years ago.
I think it was Netflix.
Yeah, and then it got kicked off or it got shuffled out, and then I lost track of it, and then found it on Tubi, and happily it's all there. So all three, it only was 3 seasons long.
Yeah. I got into it because we were looking for something to watch, and my girlfriend and I, she was like talking about this show, and we couldn't remember the name of it. So she finally found the name of it, and turned out it was on Tubi. And yeah, it's from it started in 2016.
Yeah.
So
until 18. Yeah, it only ran 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It was on Sundance TV of all things. So I did have the Sundance channel for cable back in the day, a long time ago. It stars James Purefoy, who I believe is British, as Hap Collins, a white working-class laborer who spent time in prison for refusing to go to the Vietnam War. And then my favorite part of the show is Michael Kenneth Williams as Leonard Pine, who is a gay black Vietnam vet, who to me has the best lines in the show.
Yeah,
He always gets the best lines.
Yeah.
So we've got Christina Hendricks of Mad Men fame as Trudy Faust, Hap's ex-wife.
Everybody's ex.
Yes, we get Pollyanna McIntosh is the actress's name as Angel, who is sort of the. She reminds me of what's her name from View to a Kill.
Yeah, she's the
like
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones of the Grace Jones villain.
Yes.
And then we get Brian Dennehy is Sheriff Otis, who think becomes more important.
Yeah.
He's important to the origin of Hap and Leonard becoming friends, and then I think becomes.
I think he's in season 2 though.
He's in season 2, right? He only appears as a young man.
I got you. Okay.
He's in the background, and then we've got sort of Trudy's hippie friends who she's hanging out with, and they list. So Bill Sage is Howard. They don't have
Bill Sage. I was talking to my girl about this. If this show was made today, Bill Sage would have been played by Brad Pitt.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the kind of he plays those kind of hippie
he does. Yeah,
weirdos now.
Yep. So I love him as Howard in the show. And then the really bad guy is Jimmy Simpson as Soldier, who's a local drug dealer, and he is why I actually watched the show originally, because he had been in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
He plays, I think. It's one of the McPoyle brothers. It's Always Sunny.
Okay.
And he's hilarious in that. And then he also was in a really short-lived show about spies. Breakout Kings.
Oh.
So he was in the show Breakout Kings, where it's a bunch of ex-cons and it was made by the guys who did Prison Break. A bunch of ex-cons who kind of get hired as mercenaries and spies. So, but anyway, that's why I watched it. So he's the main villain of this season 1.
Yeah, James Purefoy. I can't even say his name. To me, he's the non-alcoholic version of Warren Oates.
Yes.
I think that the whole time I'm watching this, he reminds me of somebody. About 3 episodes in, he's looking all squinty and weird and beat up. I'm like, he's Warren Oates.
Warren Oates, yep.
Yeah. I think it's a fun series. FYI, the book and the series are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about halfway through it, and it's beat for beat the same thing.
Yeah. I think what I like about the show is the friendship aspect of it between Hap and Leonard, and in fact, one of the soldier thinks that they're lovers when they first.
Oh yeah,
and no, they're just friends. And so Paco, Paco, they didn't list who Paco was in the show, but Paco is he's got a scarred face. He burned himself.
Yes. He's like acid washed Nick Cave.
Yes.
With like Tom Waits' hair.
Correct. So yeah, they think they're gay, but he's like, no, they're just friends.
Yeah.
And so I like that the relationship that they have, and they are like two bickering old ladies. I mean, and they're hilarious. And it just, I mean, for me, it reminds me of Charles Willeford novels.
Yeah.
And very much like they are. Put a badge on Hap and he's Hoke Mosley.
Yeah.
And so
he kind of looks like Fred Ward.
Yeah, kind of like Fred Ward. Yeah. So to me, that was I'm like, oh, this is great. I love. And so it's right up there, kind of the wild at heart a little bit.
Yeah. In
the craziness that they get into, the down on their luck, and they can't win. But I also kind of like what I liked about season 1 is the 60s aspect of it. So they are really, because it takes place in the 80s.
Yeah.
And so, and I kind of forgot how much we were still in the hangover of the 60s and the 80s. So it reminds me I was like, oh yeah, I remember that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like the fact that his ex-wife still wants to believe in something, wants to be more than the waitress she's always been.
Yeah.
They think they can use this. The basic plot is that there was a heist. There was a heist. The guys who stole the money crashed off a bridge into a river. been missing for all these years, and then they kind of figure out where the car is, and then Hap and Leonard get hired to go down to the car and see if they can't find. Well, number one, find the car, and number two, get the money out of the car.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of hired as flunkies.
Yeah.
And then it turns out this group of people are going to use this money to finance this new 60s revolution, which Hap and Leonard don't want to be a part of. But unfortunately, it turns out what they decide to do is to finance their 60s revolution, they decide to become cocaine dealers.
This is exactly the type of story. This was the book came out in 1990. This is exactly the kind of stuff I read in the 90s.
Yep.
It speaks to all of my sensibilities when it comes to crime.
Yep.
And, I'm not big into like cop dramas or anything. I love seedy underbelly, low life, down on their luck. That's why Wild at Heart is like one of my favorite movies.
Correct.
It's
To
just
me, this is
so underbelly.
Yeah.
And so lovable loser. It does. It's got great character interaction. I mean, the one scene where Soldier makes Howard take the hammer to hit Hap in the face.
Yeah.
And he rears back to do it, and as it comes down, Leonard catches his arm and is like, "Not on my watch." But Soldier's like, "Man, you were all in on that. You were just gonna go for it."
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, and the fact that I love the character of Trudy, because Trudy's character, this episode, this season, is honestly really about her.
Yes.
It's about all the people that she's messed up, all the things she never accomplished, all the goals that she set out for and never accomplished,
and the men she dragged along with her plans that she abandoned when the plans didn't work.
Yeah, and we won't, even though it's 2016, we're not going to spoil the ending.
No,
because the ending is great. This thing is so good, it should have been a book.
So I wrote down two things while I'm watching the show. And as I said, Leonard gets the best lines. And so when Hap tries to drag him into this scheme with Trudy, he's thinking he wants to sleep on it. And Hap is like, "Well, you're going to be mulling over this? How long are you going to be mulling?" And he's like, "A mull takes as long as a mull takes."
That's right.
That's probably like one of my favorite lines in the whole...
And that's how you can tell this show is based on a book.
Yes.
When the dialogue, kind of like what we talked about with White Buffalo.
Yeah.
When the dialogue works so well that somebody actually put a lot of thought into it, more than just script to get from beat to beat. Yeah, the dialogue is great.
Yeah, and then and you were talking about Trudy. So Leonard's summary of Trudy is, "Nice girlfriend you got there, got more faces than a diamond." I mean, that is like pure noir. Wild at Heart, Charles Willeford. I mean,
the saxophone, the cigarette, and the blinds.
It's filtered through David Lynch.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about a boogie woogie, and I'm going to play one.
Okay, now comes the part of the show that everybody tuned in to watch.
Correct.
Tubi is launching all these cartoons from like our childhood and our kids' childhood and some other childhoods.
Yep.
But they're releasing them like a time release capsule. So we've got a listing of the first batch of cartoons that have been released as of
March
2 days ago. Time of recording.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do, Mark's gonna read down the list, and if there's any shows on this that sound interesting that you might want us to take a look at and talk about a little more extensively, let us know in the comments down below.
Yep. So, starting on March 1st, we have the Animaniacs, Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, The Batman, Ben 10, the 2005 Ben 10, Pinky and the Brain,
Pinky and the Brain, Pinky and the Brain,
Justice League, Batman the Brave and the Bold. I could vote for that one.
It's a good show.
Yeah. Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, which creeped me out.
I love Courage.
But it's creepy.
Yeah.
Tasmania, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which is one of my favorite cartoons of all
It's a
time.
good one.
Codename Kids Next Door, which my son used to love.
I remember those days.
Right, Aiden? Remember?
Yeah.
Remember that show? You loved it.
Oh, you're quiet all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Camera shy?
Right. The Mask, the animated series, and Yogi's Gang.
Okay, so there you go. There's the list. Now, there's one or two on there that I would do in a heartbeat.
Me too.
But we're gonna give it we'll give it a week or two before we get back to
Or
it.
if you're like, these two old guys, sometimes they annoy me. Let's make them watch something horrible.
Yes.
Maybe Yogi's Gang.
Yeah, something terrible like Powerpuff Girls. That would be awful.
Oh yeah,
I would
that
hate.
would be terrible. Yes.
I would hate to watch Powerpuff Girls.
Yes. That'd be
We,
awful.
we might not be able to do like episode by episode.
No.
But we'll do like a bunch of them and then get back to you on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know down below which one of those you'd like us to check out. While you're down there letting us know what you want us to watch, let us know how you really feel by hitting that subscribe button, by hitting that like, by hitting that bell notification so you don't miss a single video.
Put some comments down there.
Put
Drive
some
the
comments.
algorithm.
That's right. Having said all that, I'm Paul.
I'm Mark.
And this has been another episode of
Tubi Tuesday.
That's why dudes don't hug each other.